Hello, I am Andy. Following episode 2, I will introduce each topic's social phenomena that dominate the psychology of Koreans. Confucianism and the Korean social hierarchy. Confucianism is a philosophy that emphasizes the importance of social order, respect for authority, and strict hierarchy. In Korea, Confucianism has had a profound influence on social relations and the way people interact with each other. The social hierarchy in Korea is based on age, seniority, and position. In Korean society, it is considered respectful to address someone older or in a higher position with honorifics and titles, such as appa or ajuma. There are also specific words and expressions used to address people of different ages and social statuses, such as sunbae or hubei. The concept of hierarchy also extends to family relationships, where the eldest son is expected to carry on the family name and take care of their parents in old age. Confucian values are deeply ingrained in Korean society, and many Koreans still adhere to these values today. Second topic is the name you use to call the other person in Korean society. In Korean society, people generally address each other by their titles, names, or relationship to each other. The appropriate way to address someone depends on various factors such as age, social status, and familiarity. For example, if you are addressing someone who is older than you or someone you are not close to, you would typically use honorifics. The most common honorifics used in Korean society are si for both men and women and nim for someone of higher status or someone you are showing respect to. It is also common to use formal titles when addressing someone in a professional setting, such as doksan-im for a doctor, or jayorjanim for a CEO. If the person is younger than you or someone you are close to, you can use their name without an honorific, or add a friendly suffix such as on or ya to their name. When addressing someone who is younger, or has a lower social status, it is common to use familiar titles, or names. For example, a person may address their younger sister as Dongsang, or their friend as Chinglu. There are also specific terms used to address family members, such as appa for older brother, nuna for older sister, hyung for older brother, and iani for older sister used by females. It's important to note that the way you address someone can convey a lot about your relationship with them and your level of respect for them in Korean society. So, it's always a good idea to be mindful of the appropriate way to address someone based on the context and the person you are talking to. Third topic is group-oriented culture and the importance of harmony. Korean society is known for its group-oriented culture, where the needs of the group are often prioritized over individual desires. This mindset is reflected in many aspects of Korean life, from the workplace to social situations. In the workplace, teamwork and collaboration are highly valued, and employees are often expected to put the needs of the company, or team, before their own. Social situations in Korea are often centered around groups, such as going out for dinner with colleagues, or meeting friends in a group setting. Maintaining harmony within a group is crucial, and conflict or confrontation is often avoided in order to preserve the group dynamic. The concept of face or reputation is also highly valued in Korean society, and people are often concerned with how they are perceived by others. Fourth topic is education and the pressure to succeed. Education is highly valued in Korean society, and there is a lot of pressure on young people to succeed academically. Students are expected to perform well in school and attend prestigious universities in order to secure a good job and achieve success in life. The education system in Korea is highly competitive, and students often attend after-school academies, or hagwons, in order to improve their chances of getting into a good university. The pressure to succeed can be overwhelming for some students, and there have been concerns about the mental health of young people in Korea. The high suicide rate among young people in Korea is often attributed to this pressure to succeed. Overall, these three elements, Confucianism, group-oriented culture, and the pressure to succeed are important aspects of Korean society and have a significant impact on the Korean mindset. Understanding these elements can help us gain insight into the unique cultural identity of Korea. The fifth topic is Koreans value roots of family. They have this habit of finding roots. They are still making the only genealogy in the world. Koreans place a great emphasis on family and the importance of knowing their ancestry. One way this is expressed is through the practice of creating genealogies, or jokdo in Korean. Jokdo is a family tree that records the lineage of a particular family, tracing its roots back many generations. It typically includes information such as the names of ancestors, their birth dates, and their occupations. The creation of jokbo is an ancient tradition in Korea, dating back many centuries. In the past, it was used to determine social status and eligibility for government positions. Today, it is still an important part of Korean culture, and many families continue to keep and update their jokbo. Koreans believe that knowing their ancestry and family history is important for several reasons. First, it helps to establish a sense of identity and belonging. By knowing where they come from and who their ancestors were, Koreans feel a stronger connection to their family and their heritage. Second, it helps to preserve cultural traditions and values. By passing down family stories and traditions from generation to generation, Koreans are able to keep their cultural identity alive. Finally, it helps to build social connections. In Korea, knowing someone's family background is considered an important factor in building trust and establishing social relationships. In summary, the practice of creating genealogies is an important part of Korean culture and reflects the value that Koreans place on family and ancestry. By tracing their roots and preserving their family history, Koreans are able to maintain a strong sense of identity, preserve cultural traditions, and build social connections. The sixth topic is Koreans don't express themselves well because they are basically one mind. It is a common misconception that Koreans do not express themselves well or are not capable of expressing their feelings. In fact, Koreans are quite capable of expressing their emotions and opinions, but they do so in a different way than Western cultures. In Korean society, there is a strong emphasis on group harmony and maintaining social order. This means that Koreans are often more reserved in their expressions of emotion and tend to value indirect communication over direct communication. This is reflected in the Korean language, which often relies on context and nonverbal cues to convey meaning. However, this does not mean that Koreans do not express gratitude or affection. Koreans do have ways of expressing appreciation and love, but these expressions may not always be as overt or direct as they are in Western cultures. For example, Koreans may show their appreciation through small gestures or actions, rather than verbal expressions, like saying, "Thank you," or "I love you." Furthermore, the idea that Koreans are a one-mind, or homogeneous group, is a stereotype that is not entirely accurate. While there are cultural norms and values that are shared among Koreans, there is also diversity and individuality within Korean society. Like any culture, Koreans are not a monolithic group, and individuals have their own unique personalities and ways of expressing themselves. In contrast, Western cultures tend to value individualism and direct communication. In these cultures, it is more common to express emotions and opinions directly through language, whether it is through saying thank you or I love you or through more direct communication styles. In summary, while there are cultural differences in the way that Koreans and Westerners express themselves, it is important to recognize that these differences do not reflect an inherent inability to express emotions or communicate effectively. Rather, they reflect different cultural values and norms that shape the way people interact and communicate with each other. The seventh topic is etiquette of Koreans for the elderly Koreans. In Korean culture, respect for elders is a fundamental value that is deeply ingrained in society. There are several etiquette rules that are followed to show respect for elderly Koreans. Firstly, it is customary to use honorific language when speaking to or about elderly Koreans. This means using a different form of the language that is more polite and respectful, often with different verb endings and honorific titles. Secondly, it is common to bow as a sign of respect when greeting or departing from elderly Koreans. The depth of the bow may vary depending on the age and status of the person being greeted, with deeper bows reserved for those who are older or hold higher positions. Thirdly, it is important to offer seats and other courtesies to elderly Koreans. For example, on public transportation, younger people are expected to give up their seats for elderly passengers. Fourthly, it is customary to use both hands when offering or receiving items from elderly Koreans, as a sign of respect and deference. Finally, it is considered rude to interrupt or contradict elderly Koreans, as this is seen as a sign of disrespect. Instead, it is important to listen attentively and show deference to their opinions and ideas. In summary, the etiquette of Koreans for the elderly involves using honorific language, bowing as a sign of respect, offering seats and other courtesies, using both hands when offering or receiving items, and showing deference and respect for their opinions and ideas. These customs reflect the deep cultural value placed on respect for elders in Korean society. The eighth topic is Korean ritual culture. Korean ritual culture is a complex and multifaceted aspect of Korean society that encompasses a wide range of customs and practices. At its core, Korean ritual culture is a way of expressing reverence and respect for the ancestors, the natural world, and the spiritual realm. One of the most important aspects of Korean ritual culture is ancestor worship. Koreans believe that the spirits of their ancestors continue to play an active role in their lives, and it is important to honor and respect them through regular rituals and offerings. Ancestral rites typically involve offerings of food, drink, and other items, as well as bowing and other forms of respectful behavior. In addition to ancestor worship, Korean ritual culture also includes a variety of seasonal and agricultural festivals that celebrate the rhythms of the natural world. For example, the Lunar New Year, known as Seollal, is a major festival that marks the beginning of the lunar calendar and involves a variety of customs and traditions, such as the sharing of traditional foods and the wearing of traditional clothing. Korean ritual culture also includes a variety of spiritual practices and beliefs, such as shamanism and Buddhism. Shamanism is a traditional Korean religious practice that involves connecting with the spiritual realm through various rituals and ceremonies. Buddhism, on the other hand, is a major religion in Korea that emphasizes mindfulness, compassion, and the pursuit of enlightenment. Overall, Korean ritual culture is a rich and diverse aspect of Korean society that reflects the country's deep reverence for the natural world, the ancestors, and the spiritual realm. Through various customs, practices, and beliefs, Koreans strive to maintain a deep connection with their cultural heritage and spiritual roots. This time I explained specifically about the culture of Koreans with various topics. I'll introduce the rest of the topics to you next time. Thanks for watching.